I, Kadeejath Thamseera from the Department of Anaesthesia and OT Technology. Today we are going to present about arterial cannulation. At the end of this session, students will be able to know about the indications, contraindications, advantage and disadvantage of arterial blood pressure monitoring, also the Allen's test, and they will describe the technique of arterial cannulation and they will list out the complications of arterial cannulation. So, intra-arterial blood pressure measurement is a gold standard method of blood pressure measurement. It is commonly used technique to measure invasive blood pressure in the intensive care unit. Usually we are doing in the operation theatre. So, the technique involves the insertion of a catheter, a arterial cannula into a suitable artery and then displaying the measured pressure wave on the monitor. Okay. So, we will move with the indications of this arterial cannulation. When we need to get beat to beat blood pressure measurement or when we need to get arterial blood gas analysis, to do ABG we have to prick the artery again and again. So, if there is arterial cannula in place, we can take frequent blood for ABG analysis. Facilitation of reliable titration of vasoadditive medications to see the concentration of medication and enable to when there is a complication to obtain non-invasive blood pressure monitoring. And the contraindications are, there are two contraindications, absolute and relative. Absolute contraindications are when there is absence of pulse, when there is inadequate circulation to the extremity of hand, full thickness burn over the cannulation site. If there is a case of this, we can't do arterial cannulation. And the relative contraindications are anticoagulation, when the patient is in anticoagulation therapy or something, then atherosclerosis, infection at the site of cannulation. So, we will move into the choice of arterial site. Radial artery is commonly cannulated because of its superficial location and it is easily palpated even in low cardiac output. Then the ulnar artery catheterization is usually more difficult than radial artery catheterization because the ulnar artery is deeper than the radial artery. Then we can do cannulation in dorsalis pedis, posterior tibial arteries. These are the some distance between the aorta and therefore have distorted waveform, and brachial artery is large and easily identifiable. It is proximity to the aorta provides less waveform distortion, that is why it is not commonly chosen arteries. Femoral artery is prone to atheroma formation and pseudoaneurysm, but often provides excellent access to the femoral site, has been associated with an increased incidence of infectious complication and arterial thrombosis. That is why the femoral artery is not commonly chosen artery for arterial cannulation. So, before doing an arterial cannulation, always we need to do a test called Allen's test. So, the procedure of doing that test, while applying occlusive pressure to both artery, that is radial artery as well as ulnar artery, have the patient relax his or her hand, blanching of the palm and finger should occur. So, after occlusion, we need to release the pressure on ulnar artery and notice the flushing of hand within 7 to 10 seconds. So, it denotes that ulnar artery supplies adequate and it is safe for pricking radial artery. So, if it does not come back, if the flush is not happening within 7 to 10 seconds, we should not go for radial artery cannulation. Then the equipment used for arterial cannulation, a short narrow parallel sided cannula made of polyurethane or Teflon. Larger gauge cannula increases the risk of thrombosis, smaller gauge cannula causes damping of signal. And the second equipment is arterial set. It is a specialized plastic tubings and strip to reduce resonance connected to a 500 ml bag of saline. The saline bag is a 500 ml 0.9% saline pressurized to 300 millimeters of mercury using a pressure bag, that is a pressure higher than arterial systolic pressure to prevent the backflow from the cannula into the given set. The arterial set is pressurized saline bag with heparin incorporate and continuous low flushing system, that is 3 to 4 ml per hour to keep the line free from clots. The arterial set and arterial line should be free from any air bubbles. The line is attached then to the transducer. The transducer is connected to a monitor where we will get the recordings of the BP monitoring. We should not allow the saline bag to be empty because it maintains the patency of arterial cannula. It prevents the air embolism to prevent the backflow of blood. Other equipments like transducer, amplifier and electrical recording equipments are used. Then the transducer is zeroed and placed at the level of heart or at the level of OT table, it should be laid. Then the fluid filled tubing. This is attached to an arterial cannula and provides column of non-compressible bubble free fluid between the arterial blood and the pressure transducer for hydraulic coupling. This tubing should be coded with red. The three-way tap is incorporated to allow the system to be zeroed and blood sample to be taken. Then we will move on to the technique of radial artery cannulation. So before doing any procedure, it is our responsibility is to take consent from the patient. For the radial artery cannulation, the arm is retained palm up with an arm boarded to hold the wrist, as you can see in this figure. Then identify the radial artery with gentle pressure. Then skin is prepared with antiseptic. Needle is angled 45 degrees towards arm. Enter the skin just distal or just above the palpated artery site. Then slowly advance the needle until spontaneous blood enters. Catheter or cannula is posed into the artery. Then remove after the cannula or catheter in place, we need to remove the needle from the catheter. After removing the needle, attach the syringe to heparinized saline and reflush the cannula with 2 cc heparinized saline. Turn stopcock to seal artery. Connect transducer and high pressure infusion set. Remove pad under wrist and secure arm board. As you can see in this picture, these are the technique of doing arterial cannulation. Then we will move on to the advantage of arterial cannulation. We will get continuous blood pressure recording, accurate blood pressure recording even when the patient are hypotensive, real time visual display we can see while doing arterial cannulation. Then the disadvantage are potential complications, like we require skilled technique to do this arterial cannulation and it is also expensive. Then the complications are arterial injury, hematoma formation, thrombosis, ischemia, temporary vascular occlusion and also infection or sepsis. To summarize, arterial cannulation and monitoring will provide beat to beat blood pressure determination intraoperatively and also provide for blood gas measurement in the patient likely to be acidotic and hemodynamically unstable. The measurement of blood pressure is one of the most commonly performed procedure in the clinical medicine and should be done carefully. These are the reference which I gone through to create this topic. Thank you.